shoes. Those shoes. All righty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity at Chattanooga. All right. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Come on, stand up. You know you want to stand up. Come on now. Every moment of the day, I'm gonna let it shine. Every moment of the day, I'm gonna let it
What a beautiful bunch of people in here today. I'm feeling really good today, and I sort of think, I woke up feeling good, but I sort of think it was a result of me putting the stuff I wanted to talk about with my prayer today. I always love the 23rd Psalms. Till you get to verse 4. And you know something? That was real confusing for a little girl in Hodges, Alabama in Bible school, because I knew my mom and daddy loved me. I believed that God loved me because my mom and daddy told me that they did. But there was some big conflicts going on. Y'all ever heard or ever thought about the rod and staff that the shepherd uses to comfort the sheep? Well, you know what I always thought that was? I always thought that was supposed to be to keep those sheep grateful that the shepherd loved them enough to beat them to keep them on the right track. Because that was what my well-meaning parents told me. Absolutely. It's sort of like, you know, if we don't beat you, well, whip you, they didn't call it beating, but they loved me. They did what they had learned to do, because what they were taught was spare the rod, spoil the child, the child ends up in a lake of fire forever. And I've shared with most of you about that little question I posed my dad, if he was as good as God, or was he smarter than God? And he said, I reckon not. I said, well, Daddy, would you ever throw me in a lake of fire no matter what? He said, well, I don't reckon so. I said, well, if God is smarter than you, then why would God throw me in a lake of fire? Does God not love me as much as you do? He said, I just don't reckon he would, after he thought about it a while. And then he sent me to do an errand, you know. I think he had some praying to do. But today I sort of re-examined that rod and the staff. I mean, think about it. I walk with a cane most of the time. When I am walking with my cane and I have my dog on the leash, he doesn't think I'm going to hit him. He's not scared of me picking up that cane. But you know what? I had a little rescue dog that she was scared to death whenever she saw me pick up a cane, because even though she knew, she was convinced on that trip home from Massachusetts to Tennessee, she was convinced that her mamas loved her. Her new mamas really loved her. Poor little thing slept on Deb's pillow on the way back when we stopped and stayed in a motel. She was so scared, but I ordered a salad with chicken on it, and she got to eat chicken for the first time. And by the time we got to Tennessee, that baby was not afraid of me. She was not afraid of Deb, but let us pick up a stick, she cringed. So those things are sort of built into us. And you know, most of us in here grew up with that idea. Spare the rod, spoil the child. It's pretty confusing. And I got into a 12-step program about 40 years ago, and they told me that, you know, that my sponsor was not one to beat on the Bible. You know, she definitely wasn't a Bible thumper. She was, in some ways, a big book thumper. But she told me, she said, Corliss, said, did you ever think that there's more than one meaning to different things? And so today, when I was thinking about my confusion and how I've had a lot of learning lessons from it, but it's also been extremely painful in my life, it hit me that the rod and the staff is used to keep predators away from the sheep. And if you see a little one running off, you turn that hook around and you pull it back. I talked to Google about this, and I asked Google, I said, do shepherds ever beat their sheep? And Google said, or Siri, I don't know if it's Siri, Google, can't remember. Anyway, AI said that it was not really well known of shepherds beating their sheep, because that would be very poor husbandry. Said there were some habits that had largely been discontinued of hobbling the sheep, but that is such a poor practice, it doesn't even make sense to people who depend on the sheep to eat, you know. If you get them crippled, then a predator's a lot more likely to get them. So, you know, I got to thinking about that, and I thought, oh my gosh, my parents had never been given the opportunity to think that through, because I was also taught that it was really bad to question the Bible. Even though, on the other hand, my mother would say, I don't take everything in the Bible literally. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Daddy. Because when I got to the 12-step program, I was given permission for the first time to look at things in some way other than concrete. And also, I didn't always have to go by what I had been taught, because these were just humans that were teaching me these things. So guess what? They could have it wrong too. But aren't we blessed today to be able to look, research, try different things on, and know that we are all children of God?
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I sing out in every place. Surely the presence of the beautiful. Thank you, Corliss. People get ready. There's a train coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket. what had happened was, come on. Well, what had happened was, you know, the Impressions are from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And, you know, one day I was an Impression. So I went on a road trip with the Impressions, and I did sound check with them, but I never got to sing with them. I didn't know the songs. But anyway, I ran into Fred Cash the other day in the parking lot at Food City. And I posted it on Facebook, and Bronte said, won't you sing one of those songs? So there you go. People get ready. There's a train to coming. And, okay. Yeah. Keep on pushing. Wow. How cool is that? How cool is that? All right, y'all. Happy Sunday. All of a sudden, so crazy. All right, love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right.
Well, good morning. Good morning, sister. Woo! We are alive this morning. Well, welcome to Unity of Chattanooga Sunday celebration service. So far, it's been spectacular. Thank you so much, Corliss. If you guys haven't known, we have a pattern that our beautiful prayer chaplains usually come up and do the prayer in the morning. So it's kind of a way of introducing you who your prayer chaplain is today and a little bit about them. So thank you, Corliss. That was beautiful. Greetings to those of you online who are watching us via Facebook Live or on YouTube later. Thank you for inviting us into your hearts and homes. We appreciate that. And if you feel like today's message is something that you would wish to share with somebody, please do so. We would be very grateful and humbly honored for you to do that. Do we have any newcomers today? Anyone brand new? We have one in the back. We have one over here. Our ushers are going to bring you a packet. Let's see. Of information about unity in the church. There's a little slip in the back that you can fill out and you put in the offering basket. It's for our bi-monthly newsletter. That's all it is. You won't be spammed to death, we promise. It's just to keep up with what's going on with the news events with Unity. As our congregation, we like to share our love and appreciation for you, and we have a special blessing. So everybody, please warm up your hands as we say together. Well, my hands need warming. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. The Christ in you refers to that spark of divinity, the very same quality of being that the way showers like Jesus found and brought forth in himself and demonstrated in his ministry. Unity is a movement that started out as a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Today we combine those teachings along with ancient and modern spiritual wisdom. Our hope is to empower each individual who walks through our doors to create a healthy, happy, joy-filled, and inspired life. This coming Wednesday, the 22nd, is Earth Day, marking the 56th anniversary of this global movement, and the theme this year is Our Power, Our Planet. Mother Earth is something that's very near and dear to my heart. If I cry, no, it's because I feel her emotions. So I have a little bit of words for you that came to me, just the feelings and thoughts and notions and realities that this microphone is just not in the right place. There we go, that's a little better. So you can close your eyes if you want and envision, but I ask you more so than anything, just open your hearts wide for Mother Earth. Beloved Mother Earth, great living one, in the frozen waters of the north, your spring thaw is like birthing waters breaking free, announcing new life across the land every spring. We honor you as alive, breathing through the winds, flowing through the waters, rising through the green life of the land, and moving through the animals, the elements, and through us. You nurture our parents before we were even a seed. You nourished generations before them. You hold the roots of our lineage in your soil. Oof, that's deep. You held us before we had names. You sustained us before we had words. This is why you are known as the first ancestor, the original keeper, the ancient mother of all mothers, the one who has always carried life forward. Today, we thank you, dear Mother, for our breath in our lungs, for the water that sustains us, for the food that grows from your body, from the ground that steadies us, from the clothing that keeps us warm, from the housing that shelters us, for the resources to create new things that improve our daily lives and the greater good of all. Thank you for the beauty that restores us and the living wonders that endlessly surround us. Forgive us for the times we have forgotten all that you provide. Allow us to reach a new depth of gratitude so that our thanks become not only words, but a walking prayer on earth. As both earth and humanity evolves, so too does our relationship with you. We are being invited to cross a threshold together, out of separation, out of forgetfulness, out of the illusion that earth is merely a background to our lives. Let us remember that bringing heaven to earth, we must first enter a relationship that anchors us deeply into earth herself. She is the foundation, the steady enough and sacred enough to allow higher light to pass through us and to become an embodied blessing on this planet. Beloved Mother Earth, teach us the true meaning of power. Teach us the real power is partnership. Teach us to live not above you, not apart from you, but in union and harmony with you. May this Earth Day awaken us to a new beautiful way we can collaborate with you. May we become better listeners, better caretakers, and better kin. So it is. It took everything I had not to cry. I should feel so good right now in my heart. So we have announcements. All right. So we have volunteers wanted for our media communication outreach. We are looking for somebody who would love to help us run the Meetup platform. It is a rather simple process. I've got new notes. I got stuck everywhere, so I just wanted. But if you feel so inclined, we're just going to be updating all of the various programs and things that we do here at Unity. We enjoy the community base on Meetup that really does kind of respond to us. So we're looking for somebody who's pretty excited about that. And if you think that you may be this individual, I would love for you to be able to grow your own skills, and training will be provided, so you don't have to worry about that. But please see Eric Miller or Lynn Chartier if you're interested after service. Amanda Adamson is organizing a fun night out for anyone who would like to attend a church night together at the new Erlanger ballpark field on Saturday, May 16th. Please see her after service for more details if you'd like to be a part of that. And we also have another quick announcement about we have some fresh chicken and duck eggs. They're free ranged. They're $5 a dozen, and you're to see Linda O'Brien afterwards. and all the proceeds are going towards the building fund, and we can thank Monica for the donation of that. Thank you, Monica. Next Sunday, we will have Reverend Dr. Reginald Howard returns as our guest speaker, and he will be presenting on transforming misery into magnificence. How lovely. Following fellowship, Reggie will be presenting a 1-hour master class with his new book, You Are the Power of God in Action. This master class is going to explore the journey to spiritual mastery, emphasizing the importance of clear thinking, visualization, mental and emotional maturity, and the power to manifest your deepest desires. This class introduces the concept of spiritual sovereignty, something I take very seriously. Not in this moment, though. Which is the act of taking 100% ownership and responsibility of your life to realize you are more than just human and here to master life lessons. The cost is $20 per person for this workshop. However, if a participant buys one of his books, he will offer the master class at $15. So besides taking the time to appreciate Earth Day, it is also this beautiful time when we get together and appreciate each other for our weekly meet and greet. So take a moment and love up on your neighbor, however they prefer. And please listen for the gong. This drives me nuts.
You said so much in so few words. You got me thinking.
Good. That's beautiful. That's perfect. Thank you.
And the wheels go round.
Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you.
No,
Yes. Yes, like a little garden gnome. Yes. Energy pumping. I love her so much. Yeah. handwriting? Okay.
I read my doctors, I can read
Okay.
stuff. Maybe he gave me the wrong medicine because I didn't know what this shit he wrote down. It keeps away Alzheimer or whatever, forcing your mind, the dendrites to branch off with the fire. And it's like this, and you always want to talk. When you look at things, it helps you.
Yeah.
Rekindle, recalibrate.
Yeah. Hey. I just know how to use it. Okay. All right, everybody settle back down.
I'd like to ask a request, please.
Yes, please. Yes.
My son and his wife are going to have their baby in the next couple of days. My first grandbaby. So I would love your prayers and thoughts and well wishes for a healthy, graceful birth.
Absolutely. Most definitely. And then as the prayer chaplain group will also step in. That would be great.
Yay, congratulations.
Yes.
How many babies are they having?
One baby. Her name is Nora.
Oh.
That's wonderful.
So speaking of Earth Day, our guest speaker is a sacred, soft presence that willingly meanders down Mother Nature's mysterious path in appreciation and awe of the beauty and wonder this planet has to offer. And she shares it with us through social media. How generous. Thank you. She's an avid hiker, and it would be very intriguing to know how many miles she has walked upon this planet in her lifetime thus far. I am, of course, speaking of Rev Bronte Colbert, and retired Unity ordained minister who travels to many New Thought churches as a guest speaker from her home in Athens, Georgia. She's also a published poet, fiction and nonfiction author, and a regular contributor at Unity World Headquarters, printed booklets, prayer, emails, columns, and other content at unity.org. Everywhere she goes, she brings messages that reflect upon her deep joy of being alive. We are blessed and honored to have her here today to offer us ways to rise above and illuminate.
Thank you, Noam. Noam wrote that. Let me move this out of the way and adjust all my things here. Water over there, mic in the. There we go. Touch a button. Actually, my brain is still trying to figure out how many steps and miles I've walked. Right now, I'm doing 5 miles a day, 4 to 5 miles a day. So over the years, oh my gosh. See, I'm 32 years old. That makes, make it 30 years old. That's easier to do the math. Okay. No, I'm 77, and I'm so happy to be 77. Yay! 78 comes at the end of June. I'm actually thinking, well, I'm going to miss 77. I like numbers like that. And so grateful for Landis and that wonderful music and that story. I mean, like, the impressions. when was the last time I heard about the Impressions? You know, I loved them back in the day, and then all of a sudden Impressions are coming up everywhere. And Earth Day, which I wasn't going to talk about today until a couple days ago, so I must have felt your vibe with that beautiful piece that you wrote, Noam. She wrote that. But I was thinking about Earth Day when I was at Unity Athens, which is in Athens, Georgia, and I was there for almost 20 years. And one year, just a thought, I'm not saying you can consider doing this in the future, one year we did a sacred water blessing. So what we did, and I happened to find one of these old bottles that we use for it, the cap was been missing probably for a long time. Well, we had some sacred water in a bigger container. And the prayer chaplains and folks and the ministers that were visiting, we all prayed over this water. And we infused it with energy and purity and clarity, and it already has a lot of those things in it, but just infusing more energy and light. Then we all got a little bottle of it with a cap on it, and we had another ceremony down by a river in Athens, and we sat on the rocks, and we prayed for water everywhere, and we put a few drops in it. But what I really appreciated for me was to have it in my car. And when I was traveling somewhere and I saw a river or a lake, and I love beaches and lakes and all that, and mountain streams, to stop and pray over the water and just give that larger body of water a little drop or two of prayed over and sacred water. Now you might say, I don't have a bottle and I'm going to see some water today. So you don't really have to have that little technique, but it's helpful. Or you might just be at a beach or a pond or even a swimming pool and just say, well, I'm going to take a minute and envision blessing that water and just seeing our whole earth, our planet, our beautiful, amazing planet that we really do take good care of. We can always do better, but we do, and we love it. So that's the thought for Earth Day. Also going to talk about a few other things today. They seem to change when I'm preparing a talk. It's like, oh, yeah, I got it all figured out. And it's like, Spirit says, no, that's not what we're going to talk about. So we'll change that. And things pop up as I'm going through my desk and my files. And this popped up, among other things. This was written as a very short poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who lived from 1772 to 1834. And it says this. Title is, What If You Slept? What if you slept, and what if, in your sleep, you dreamed? And what if, in your dream, you went to heaven, and there plucked a strange and beautiful flower? And what if, when you awoke, you had that flower in your hand? I'm going to read it again. If you like, picture yourself dreaming of some, it doesn't have to be heaven as mentioned over the years. It can be any etheric type of situation that represents that to you. And picture yourself as I read. Some flowers, think about what it looks like. Choose one of the flowers as I read, and then put it in your hand. Okay, what if you slept? And what if in your sleep you dreamed? And what if in your dream you went to heaven and there plucked a strange and beautiful flower? And what if, when you woke up, you had that flower in your hand? Ah, what then? If you can imagine that, and I know you can, what else might you imagine? What might we pluck from that place where we go to when we are centered and feeling good, and maybe in meditation, or maybe reading something that uplifts us, or thinking about things that uplift us, or gathered in a group like this with this beautiful energy in the world? And what if the thought you had, or the dream you were dreaming, or the things you were thinking about felt so tangible to you, so doable maybe, right? So available. And what if you looked at yourself, your inner being, that spirit that is within all of us, each and every one of us, no matter what? And what if you connected with that and saw your power and your abilities and your gifts and your talents and your love and your gorgeous, enormous light that shines from you and from within you? And you could see that, and you can imagine that, and it's as if you're holding it in your hand in that moment of meditation or centeredness. And then, if you want to follow the analogy, when you awoke or moved away from that idea for a moment, you open your hand no matter what is going on in your life, in your country, in your world, in your relationships, and the many aspects of life. What if that essence that you recognize, that we recognize in those moments, is right there in your hand, your mind, your body? I do believe that we have the ability to rise above anything, to look within anything and find the sacred in it. It doesn't mean ignoring things, doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing when there's a calling for you to do something, whether it's prayer, or whether it's action, or belief, or helping others, and making life better and even more wonderful for others. And it's right there in your hand. Whatever you need to do, whatever we need to feel and think and be, it's that easy. Gosh, Samuel Coleridge, I mean, wow. Thanks for being here today. Oh, thanks for showing up on my, ooh, hi. And then a flower grabs me as I'm walking back here for my notes. Oh. And then another sheet. I know that things are just showing up left and right. This is from, I was doing some decluttering, and I opened a file cabinet drawer, and there was like 40 talks typed up and printed out from 10 years ago. And I started at Unity Athens almost 23 years ago now. So I'm going to read each and every one of them, and we should be done by next Sunday, hopefully. I've got one page. Today, right now, we can change our thinking, our thoughts, even our beliefs. In changing thinking, we can change our life. Not like a yada yada, change your thoughts, change your life, but for real. Change our thinking, create happier, more positive thoughts about what we want, what we can do, and then watch our lives change. This afternoon ahead of us is a brand spanking new afternoon that we have never lived before. And we get to choose how to think about it. how to think about what happens to us, how to think about each other. Not just here, but in our families and our relationships and in people we know and people we don't personally know. How to think about each other, how intensely we can love, how radiantly we can smile, how joyfully to play, how deliberately we honor and respect and nurture and exercise our bodies, how much to give, and when and where. How many kind words to relay to others today. You've got so many kind words in you. So many kind thoughts. Pausing here, when I'm out walking or even in the store or something, I make a point of talking to people. I especially do at one of the lakes. I walk around in Athens. Just baby goslings born last week, so just I walk around there a lot because babies, wow. But I make a point of talking to people, and a friend of mine asked, "Why do you do that?" Kind of like, "Why do you do that?" Because people connect that way, and sometimes people ignore me, or they, "Oh my God, I've got to nod at her or something because she's smiling and talking to me." But I talk to so many people that respond, and they just a hello, or I like your whatever, your shoes, your jacket, your hat, your goslings. I talk to the geese too. I love your goslings. My gosh, you made them well. Those smiles, and it doesn't mean you have to, or if you're uncomfortable, you should not do it, but just try. Try today or in the days ahead, saying hello or smiling at someone. Yes. And especially anyone that might possibly, I don't know how in this world, could feel marginalized or anything, but yes. Or separate. Or look differently upon.
Yes.
To smile and say hi.
Yes.
Hi. And I've had such wonderful conversations of people that have responded. The other day I was walking at a different lake. It's a larger lake, a little bit north of where I live, at Lake Chapman, see, prayer chaplains in my head, Chapman. And I walked by this, look, a mother and a younger, maybe a teenage son were fishing. And I said, hi. And they started talking about all their fishing tools and what they've done today. And then I walked a little further, and there was a middle, maybe 30-ish couple and a younger child. And this little boy called over to me and said, "Come and look at all the baby spiders. Oh, they're hatching right here, lady." And I went over and looked at the baby spiders, and the parents were saying, "Well, it's really time for us to go now, dear." And this little boy goes, "We can't leave the spiders here." Yes, they did. And then I walked a little further, and there was a tween young person who called out to me, "Lady, can I ask you a question?" I'm thinking, oh, this is great. I'm not only talking to people, but they're just initiating conversations with me. And I paused a minute, and this young person said to me, "Why do you carry that great big stick?" Because I had my big hiking stick with me. And I thought, wow, how brave for someone 12 or 13 years old to ask me about my hiking stick. And do I look scary with it? Because it is kind of heavy on one end, and I've often thought, if some wild critter came after me, I could gently just look meaner or something. So consider that. All the words that you can relay today. How many times you can extend a helping hand? How many hugs can you give out? Raise your hand if you gave a hug in here today. Okay, and you've got more opportunities. We get to decide these things each and every day. We get to decide that. Is that awesome or what? And right now, a new hour, a new day, a new week can start for us. A new day, a new week. And I wrote in here 15 years ago, wish we can clean the slate. We can tear up the old scripts. And ta-da, we can dress ourselves up in some new thoughts, some even better attitudes, some even more loving words and actions, some more enthusiasm about what is coming. And once again, that just totally hooks into the impressions. People get ready. There's a train coming. I think that train that's coming is full of light and love and better things. I think it's coming with an advancement and a raising up, a feeling of more worldwide community and people as people, all peoples helping each other. We see that, and we can hold those thoughts. We can hold those thoughts, and that does make a difference. Why I wrote? Because what's coming today, tomorrow, right now is fantastic. And so are you, and so is God. And so it is. Thank you, little piece of paper from all those years ago. And that one's not getting thrown out, but a whole bunch of other ones are. Every day is holy. We celebrate holy days, celebrated Easter here, I'm sure. We celebrate other holidays throughout the year. But I think, for me, what I try to remember is every day is holy, right? There's a song about that. Every day is holy now. And when we look at it, I mean, yeah, sometimes we woke up, I was a couple days ago, I was sad about something, but I woke up and I moved through it. There's things that make us sad. It's not deep knowledge there, but we get to choose. About a week ago, I was writing a talk, and I got a big nudge just to go out and go down to the lake and take my recording device, which is our phone, right? Always, everybody, and just record as Spirit was kind of talking to me and what to write down. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go down where the goslings are, and write. So I went out to my car, and as I opened the car door, a wasp flew in. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to take probably an hour and a half to try to get it out of the car, because I'm not going to get in the car and drive if there's a wasp flying around in there, because that could be distracting. You know, all the I can't do with thoughts. So I said, okay, to myself, what I'll do is I'll just record it into my phone, and that'll be better anyway if I do it walking around the neighborhood, because there won't be as many people listening to me talking messages into my phone. And this is what Spirit said to me. Every day is holy now, but let's create something similar to ourselves right here, right now, because in this moment, this week, this day is holy. Whenever and wherever you are right now, in church, walking in the beautiful outdoors, sitting in your home, thank you for those that listen online, planning things to come home, every day, every moment, every experience has the essence of holiness in it. Let us remember to celebrate every day, for we have awakened to another day of possibilities. We have said hello to another day of wishes and to the dreaming of all that which we'd like to see, and for the opportunity for appreciating all the wishes delivered already and the dreams already in the process of coming true. Yes, we live in sacred holiness in the small and large acts of each day. Sacred holiness when we help another person or another being or another critter. Sacred holiness, whether it's helping them find food, find their way home, their way to peace, their way to spirit, or their way to move through worry, trouble, or despair. Our prayer, each prayer, is a holy act. Each prayer is a holy act. It's also a holy act when we stop and appreciate a blooming bush. And then I was like dictating this to myself. Spirit said, I didn't mean like blooming like Moses saw a burning bush. And I'm like, okay, I'll write that down, but it doesn't really fit. But Spirit, you don't argue with it when it's telling you what to write. Perhaps full of azaleas. It is a holy act when we pause and are aware of the precious, sacred act of what? Of simply breathing. Take a breath. In and out. In and out. Sacred. It's a sacred act to breathe. In and out. Every day is holy now. It's a holy act, a holy vision when we see Spirit, the divine, in everything we behold. And if we're not quite able to see it with the eyes of now, to find it in our vision of the future, or to see the presence of it in the renewed, revisioned, reviewing of spirit-detailed existence woven through all our memories. Spirit has woven memories through all of your life. And now, and going forward. It's a holy day. Any day we wake up. It's a holy day. Any day we wake up and say, thank you, God, Holy Spirit, whatever your name for that is, infinite all. When we wake up in the morning or in the middle of seeming problems, or we wake up in the middle of worries or doubt or fear, and we say, thank you anyway for this precious day, this gift of today. Thank you for this once again new beginning. Thank you for the gifts received, the gifts unfolding, the gifts we have yet to receive. Can you picture yourself like a child on a birthday or Christmas morning, just before the gifts are opened? What's in it for me? I mean, in a nice way. What's in it for me? What gives? What gives? What have I been wishing for that might show up today? What have you been wishing for that may show up today, that will show up today or soon? What have you been dreaming of? How's that go? Dream lofty dreams? James Allen? The bird waits in the oak waits in the acorn, the bird sleeps in the egg, and in the highest visions of the soul, a sleeping angel stirs. The gifts yet to receive, the gifts you will give. Dream lofty dreams. See a brighter picture. Speak your truth. You are that. You are so full of light. Look around the room, if you will. Just look at all that light. Look at all those shining thoughts and dreams, lofty dreams, now coming true. And so it is. going to have some meditation. We did some meditation during the talk, actually, but we'll do some more with some music. And then after that, we'll have our opportunity to give with love. So I like to have my feet, and if you're comfortable doing it, flat on the floor, or imagine it, the sacred energy coming up from Mother Earth, the ions, the electrons, and you are in balance and in alignment with that. It's a sense of peace, a deep sense of well-being. A deep sense of divine energy moving to you and through you and from you, blessing all the things you wish to see blessed. And as you think on your breath, taking a breath as deep as you are comfortable with, holding it as long as you feel comfortable, letting go. Give thanks for all the wonders in our lives. Give thanks for this day. God stuff, the chill of knowing this day is holy. That everything is holy now, in some way. Empower yourself with the knowledge and the truth that you are divinely made, divinely created, full of light and love and gifts. That your thoughts have power. Your imagination, your imaginings are full of positive energy. The light you carry lifts others. Whether you are passing them by on a walk, whether they're in your circle of family or friends, or across millions of miles. Singling persons out, or looking at the global life. You have the power to be a light, to create change. And we go into the silence for just about a moment, allowing that light, that love, that joy feel the gratitude. Grateful for your consciousness. grateful for your life, your body, your knowingness, your ability to be such a beautiful you. And we say thank you. Amen. And so it is. Yay. So buy some eggs. That way you could contribute to the expansion fund, the visions of growth. Or we're going to have an offering, and it's so important. Ministers say this a lot. Give, give, give. You're giving. Give from the heart. And think about, it really does multiply abundantly when you give, coming back to you. I fought that idea for years. I used to hang on to my money so tight. And it seemed like I never had enough. Why did it seem that way? Because I hung on to my money so tight. It's like, I have enough. But then when I learned to be generous and to tithe and to give and to celebrate the ability to give, that's when the abundance started flowing. That's when surprises turned. I had to keep pages of surprise and delight me God things, where money would just show up out of nowhere, just out of nowhere. The electric company sent me what I thought was a bill, and they said, well, you gave a deposit to us. I never gave them a deposit that I can remember. It was like 10 years ago or something. And you're such a good customer, and you always pay on time, so we're going to give you your deposit back and the interest on it. I'm looking at, I did that. I was like, what? I'm really glad they didn't call me, because I would have been going, what? You're crazy. It was a $186 check, like credit on my thing. It was like, I said, okay. That's the miracles that show up. And then there's just things. So please think about giving. Maybe hold the gift, or the thought of your gift over your heart. The thought of your giving, if you've given online, just hold that over your heart. And remember, it does come back to you. I cannot guarantee your power company will do that, but we'll say this blessing, okay? And who knows? Feel free to let me know if you get a surprise credit in the mail. Let's read this together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I receive in abundance.
Spirit flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
Practice what you preach, Bronte. Yeah. Okay. Yes. We bless, and we see these gifts blessing the givers, and we receive them with gratitude and light and love. We see them going out to do amazing things in this community, for the building of community. We're grateful to have a place like this to be, and to be ourselves, and to be even bigger of ourselves. And we say, thank you, God, thank you, God, Thank you, God. And so it is. Okay, you can turn that off. Okay.
Thank you so much, Rev Bronte, for that beautiful tapestry of all of those golden threads that you weave together today for us. Thank you so much. And we wish to invite everyone to stand now as we sing the peace song, and please feel free to stay afterwards for our delicious, sumptuous, I'm gonna call it a picnic today, because I feel like it. And then remember, we're gonna convert the place, so we'll do all that shifting afterwards. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, in oneness all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a great week. Remember, we're going to move the chairs out of the way and get the tables up and break some bread.